the fuck is that thing?
I think it's a giant robot with an ice cream cone for one of its arms, I think.
Fire the lightning cannon! Aim for the head. I want to be able to smell the burning flesh of that little venture abomination. Ah, the lightning cannon sucks! Who loaded it with robot food?
Evasive action, hard astern!
Electronic blue! Use the energy blade! Aye, aye!
So hi, welcome to Venture Bros, the Venture Brothers podcast. And your host is always Bryan Dressel. With me, as always, is Nicholas Pinefruit Friedemann.
I am white with red seeds.
I remembered the fruit from last week.
You did. I'm surprised. I forgot.
Ah, yes. I deleted most of our conversation about pine fruit out of the episode, but I remembered it.
How dare you?
It was
Yeah, what the heck?
It was super boring. And then we also have, of course, Mr. Graham Strawberry Mason.
Hello, Strawberry.
Yeah.
I'm red with white seeds.
Well, they're black seeds, but whatever.
I
They're
don't know.
black. They're green. You're both wrong.
Wait, are you sure they're green?
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't
think they can be white.
so.
I think
Green
they could be
and
white.
or yellow. They're one of the two.
You know what? I'm gonna side with
Yellow's
Graham.
close
I'll
to
back
white.
down.
They're
Graham's
definitely
right.
not black.
White streets.
God, I'm embarrassed for both of you.
Oh boy. That was
Whatever, Mr. Farmer's Market.
I do love a farmer's market. This is accurate.
I have a whole bag of oranges that my dad bought for me from a farmer's market down the street from me that I have not gone to. The oranges are fantastic.
Well, there you go.
There you
Yeah.
go. So we're almost done with season 3.
We are.
Isn't that sad?
It is.
We have 3 episodes, including this one, The Lepidopterists. Did I get it?
You did it. You did it. I am impressed.
I have never had so much trouble saying a word until this episode came around, and it's just, I can get Lepo no problem, but nope, can't do it. I have to say it real slow. And that's not fun. But yeah, so the Lepidopterist is what we're talking about today. End of season 3. Well, nearly the end. The fun episode of, hey, this one's gonna be next. Why are we in a museum for a week? Oh, now we're back at it.
Pretty much.
I mean, there's a reference again to that same museum next episode. But, yeah.
It's one of those where I'm like, I'm not sure how to feel about this. Like, I'm not sure where that episode should have gone, but we can get into that in a moment, because before we do anything, we should probably say everything that happens in the episode, right? Everything?
Yes.
Sure.
Whole breakdown. Who went last? Was it Nick?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay, so it'd be, so that would make it Graham's turn.
Oh, great.
The best at all of these.
I'm sure everyone is excited.
So here is Graham Mason reading Brok Holliday's notes about about what happens in this episode.
Yep. So from a couple weeks ago, we remember Jonas Jr. was in the middle of being arched by the Monarch. So now, Jonas Jr. is seeking advice from Brok, well, actually, 2 OSI agents and Brok, Mr. Doe and Mr. Cardholder, on how to deal with his new nemesis, the Monarch.
I want to read along so badly.
Let's all read.
They authorize him to eliminate... No, I'm not doing that. Just
eliminate-
finish your breakdown.
So they authorize him to eliminate the villain using the Death Ray, since the Monarch has killed his last 5 arch enemies. And the Monarch then sends henchman 21, 24, and henchman number 1 to infiltrate Spider Skull Island. But henchman 1, true to 21 and 24's prediction, is beaten seamlessly and seemingly killed by Brok. The mission is a success, however. Jonas Jr. is fooled into thinking that he has eliminated his enemy. The use of lethal force opens a loophole in the Guild of Calamitous Intents rule that allows the Monarch to resume arching Dr. Venture.
Wow, Graham,
And,
I'm so
that's pretty much
impressed
it.
that you were able to make all that up and just remember it with such fine detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and to, like, call back a couple things, and it just shows how much I love this show and how quick-witted and my brain's ability to pull in information.
I mean, I just gotta say, you were the best at these. Like, you're clearly the best one.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to your head or anything, but Brok Holliday. I mean, Graham Mason is the best. But
yeah, I could be a newscaster.
yeah, sure. You did a great job on that read.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started. Around the table real quick, or the E table, if you will. What do we think of this one? How do you guys feel about it?
I think it's great.
Yeah?
I love this episode. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I really think my only complaint about it is the museum. I still just don't quite get it.
I 100% agree with you. I think the museum is stupid, and it bothers me a whole bunch. But I want to see if we agree on why it's stupid, or if we disagree.
Oh, interesting.
Because I have a very specific reason about it. But other than that, I totally agree with you. I think this episode is... I think it's really hurt by not following Tears of a Sea Cow immediately. I think that was a mistake. I'm not sure why they shifted that around.
Yeah.
I think Now You Museum, Now You Don't should have taken place before Tears of a Sea Cow, and these should have rolled together. But if you do watch them back to back, they are two of the best episodes of the entire season, and it's mostly because this one is just... It's not a bottle episode per se, but it kind of feels like one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And which is weird. It's because it's like, this episode has a museum reference, and of course, Now Museum, Now You Don't is the museum episode. And
Right.
it feels like they could have, this one and this one could have been 2 and 2, because next episode could have obviously been butted against the other one.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they're broken up and switched and moved around.
It's a really weird choice. Nick, did you have a chance to look at the book? Do they explain why it's out of order, or no?
No, I didn't even think to look at it today. I was just going to play devil's advocate for a second, because I completely agree with you. But for the sake of trying to figure it out, the three of us, I feel like this episode feels like the best possible Saturday morning cartoon. And Saturday morning cartoons usually end on like a weird cliffhanger that sometimes, especially for the era that this show is kind of calling reference to a lot, they would do these weird cliffhangers and then just never address them until weeks later.
I mean,
This is a big shrug for me.
That's a very fair point. I think it's just because I hold everything in this show to such a high standard and like such high expectations that even knowing that that's what they're going for, I'm just like, okay, I get that, but don't do that.
I agree,
but I mean,
actually.
even like Dragon Ball Z, it was like, what? Come back next week, and it would pick up right where the other one left off.
Right.
But that's a whole different
it was-
era and different style of show.
I understand that, but if you're talking, you brought up the comment of Saturday morning cartoons,
Right.
and it's that type of thought process to where it's like one right after the next. I see that this is different, but
Well,
I feel like I don't see the problem with picking up right where you left off 2 weeks in a row.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like, this is me just being like wildly speculative, but I do think that like you could kind of make an argument for it, but I agree. Like, the cliffhanger that turns out to not be a cliffhanger really turns out to be nothing, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like an anti-joke. It's just nothing. It just kind of fizzles, and then you get to the museum episode and you're confused, and then you get to this episode and you're like, oh, right, from 2 weeks ago.
It's one of those things where it's fine. Like, ultimately, if I didn't like the episode and that was why, we'd have a bigger problem. But
For sure.
I love the episode. I think the episode's great. I wish they
Yeah.
had followed the other one immediately, but just focusing... Oh, sorry, I'm also a little under the weather. Focusing on the episode
too.
itself it's a solid episode. I think, Nick, you said it
Yeah.
right. It is the best possible Saturday morning cartoon.
For sure. Like, from the beginning, it's exactly what it's trying to be. Like, it's like a Voltron reference mixed in with just like the show that you're already invested in 3 seasons into with the Monarch and Dr. Girlfriend and everybody else. And then it kind of turns into, from there, this bizarro, now we're starting to get to see what OSI actually is. We've seen so much of what the Guild is this past season. Now we're getting to see the underbelly of the OSI.
Yeah, and this is, I believe, I know we say this is the first time a lot on this show, but I think this is the actual first time where they full-on say, whoa, 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 villains? Antagonists, please.
For sure.
And
Yeah.
and it's rare that we get both Watch and Ward and Doe and Cardholder in the same episode, but Mike, that's just too much. Like,
Yeah.
it is like, it's like drowning in ice cream and pizza. Like, it's just like, if this is how I'm going, it's a pretty good way to go. But it's just so, because both of those pairs are just goddamn hilarious. Like,
You're like, oh, can you patch me through the OSI? Oh, sure. Let me get the red phone. It's amazing.
like, they're just such.
And Doe and Cardholder just going back and forth with their, like, I didn't say OSI. Yeah, but I did. It's just so good.
But they will, for one of my, I don't quote it all the time, but I do quite often, and it's because of this episode and those guys of, I like the cut of this guy's jib, I like the cut of this guy's hair. Like,
They're
go
They're
ahead.
both. Yeah, no, I was just going to agree. I was just going to chime in and say, like, some of the weird banter, like, it feels like some of the stuff that they love to do in this show, like with the writing for especially pairs.
Yeah.
Like, for example, my favorite bit is from, like, one of my favorite bits in the show is from season 1 where Hank, it's the bit where more or less both Brok and Dean are like, I think you need help. Like, where does he even get this stuff? Like,
Where do you pick this stuff up?
I never see you read.
Do you think it's a cry for help?
Yeah. And it's like those weird lines that are like seemingly like old Hollywood film noir-y, but like don't really mean anything once you start to parse it out. There's tons of it in this episode between Doe and Cardholder, and it's like my favorite thing about them is just like the weird things, especially the line that he has where he's just like, or he's like they're talking about the laser, and he was like, if that was my wife, I would nail it. And he was like, and I would jeopardize our friendship by nailing your hot wife.
It's so good.
Like, I don't even have like something to say about it. Like, that's just so perfect. It's ridiculous.
It's amazing. And such a strong intro for two characters as far as I can tell, we've never seen before.
I feel like
This is their first. Well, yeah, maybe we have.
I feel like we've seen them, but we have never spent time with them.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, this is the
That's
first time where
accurate.
they are like actual characters in the episode.
Yeah.
For sure.
That actually, I don't want to say carry the episode, but definitely have a full weight of adjusting it.
Yeah, and like the thing with this one that I always come back to the most that I really really enjoy is Jonas Jr. and like his just reaction to the whole antagonist protagonist thing is just, what? This is stupid. Like, why would I bother with this? And like, even he starts kind of having fun with it a little bit, but even when he's having fun with it, he still just wants to kill the Monarch and be done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that. Like, Monarch's
I think-
great plan to get him to stop is just to call him a dick and tell him to stop trying to kill him. We sharpen our claws.
Like fencing.
And I love that he says that after he's killed the last 5 guys he was supposed to be arching.
Well, because they weren't venture.
That's very true.
They weren't worth it. It was a pink manatee, the last one.
That poor guy. I hope he's okay. Cough, cough.
No, he totally died.
Yeah, no, I know it. He's definitely a dead guy.
Yeah, he got shot in the face.
He'll never come back.
Yep.
Never
No.
will come back.
Just like somebody in this episode, never coming back.
Nope. Here's one thing in this episode that I really do enjoy, and it's got to be 21 and 24. I always love 21 and 24,
Yes.
but this one specifically because I know where this show is going, and knowing that one of them is not long for this world, to have an entire episode where they keep telling you how unkillable they are is just the best foreshadowing.
Yeah.
That is pretty funny.
Like, it's almost hard to watch
about it like
in
that.
a way.
Don't tell us your name. That's
Now
the
it's just
worst
going to be
thing.
sad when you die. You just made your
gonna be
inevitable
like,
death
"Oh."
more pathetic.
Now I'm gonna be like, oh no, Scott! Don't give up on us, Scott.
And what's so funny is that they do call attention to a lot of stuff. Like, it's not just the fact that they are themselves calling attention to their one of their potential demises, but like the monarch even explains, he's like, they've got that great balance of expendable and invulnerable.
Yeah. So
you're
even he's like, yeah, they can die and we won't care.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, oh shit. Like, if you didn't know that this was coming, it's like, going back through, it's like, oh wow, they really do kind of just like put up big flashing lights of like, one of them will die.
Yeah.
And like, you could be like, you would be forgiven for going like, oh yeah, number 1 died. Of course one of them was going to die. We all knew it was going to be one. They told us the whole episode he's going to die.
Yeah.
Although I do kind of wish he had
totally
taken.
dies.
I really wish they had spent a little more time with number 1 and made him even more of a badass.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I think they give him just enough to like play him up as that guy who's just trying too hard to show off at his new job.
Yeah.
Like, look, no, I know all this stuff. Well, look, I carry my full set of tools and all of this and blah blah. It's like,
we don't wear
yeah.
belts. They're like fanny packs for henchmen.
yeah, and it makes me look fat. Yeah, blame it on the belt.
Yeah.
But I do like, I would have liked to see him like swim that tunnel and like do some of the stuff like, no, you're gonna die if you do that. Like, if he had done it and he kept pulling it off and they just kept going like, oh, maybe he is good at his job. Nah, Brett got him.
Yeah.
But even no matter what, like, obviously, anytime anyone faces up against Brok, they're gonna get it. But yes,
Yeah.
I think maybe, yeah, if he swam the tunnel and did some other shit, yeah.
Yeah, I think if
might have put a little bit more fine of a punch on it.
Yeah, I think it would have been a little bit more like, huh, maybe he is gonna. Oh, no, he got he got brocked. I think that would have been like a fun hit, but it's obviously not needed. It's like, it doesn't take anything away or add anything. What else have we hit in this thing? There's like, this is a really jam-packed episode. It's 22 minutes, and I feel like there's a reference a second.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about the Voltron machine at all. That ridiculous monstrosity.
Yeah. Ventronic?
Yeah. Everything about it, all the way down to the ice cream cone arm, is just... it's just so good. Like, I love that the opening credits starts after the pirate swings the sword, and that's when you find out, no, he's definitely still in that arm as it's swinging, and he's just like...
Just getting pushed into the back of the chair.
Which made me laugh out loud, because you never thought about that before.
No.
Never.
Like, oh shit. If he's in the hand, oh, that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
I always kind of assumed it'd be more like Power Rangers, where they all kind of like meet up in the middle. But no, he's in the hand and he's being swung around. Just
hard too. Like, no, I was gonna also bring up, we didn't talk about the addiction to Trank.
Oh
at
my
all.
god, the pirate has a rough episode.
He does.
Yeah, like, he gets shit on for being a pirate, even though he's clearly gone clean. Like, he's doing better.
Yes.
And they still give him shit for it. And then he gets hooked on drugs.
Yeah. Get off my back, Mom.
And make me a sandwich.
Sorry, make me a fucking sandwich.
Oh my god.
But I love
I
that.
just love... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I love him just bursting into the meeting with the OSI. Hey, I'm not supposed to be here.
Oh my goodness. And they shot him like with no hesitation. Too.
Oh yeah, it was just like oh.
Unlike the henchmen who are like looking away and like wincing.
Yeah, like, are you sure you want this? No. The OSI guys are like, fuck it.
Yep, you're right. You aren't supposed to be here.
Oh man. This also kind of felt a little season 2 like to me with the pairings, which we did a lot throughout season 2.
Yes.
Specifically of Brok and Jonas Jr.
Yeah. Especially when they're fighting over the death ray.
Oh my god. Like, all right, I'll go down and handle it. Unless you decided you didn't want to fire that thing.
No. Well, are you jealous? Yes.
But I like Brok defending the whole protagonist-antagonist thing to him. Like all of it just kind of felt like if Brok had been assigned to this Venture Brother, he probably would have enjoyed his life a little bit more. He would have had more fun. He would have had the boys, which he clearly loves.
Right.
But,
if Jonas Jr. ever gave himself up to it like he is in this episode. But I think he would get bored of it pretty quick. As he does immediately in this episode. I mean, the first time he's trying to kill it, right? It's like, well, no, you're not understanding how this whole thing works. I mean, maybe he would learn the game and, like his father did, obviously. But, I don't know. I feel like he likes the sciencing way more than anything else.
Yeah, he likes the super science and the big machines and going to space and all that sort of stuff. But having a nemesis is not really his deal.
Yeah.
Which is too bad, because it's like he's good at it. I think that'd be pretty entertaining to watch. But
oh yeah, but it's still just like they do try to make it well known that Jonas Jr. is a good guy, like easily a better guy than his dad. I think as the show goes on, he becomes more and more of a dick. But
careful with that term, good guy.
I'm saying he's a good human being. I'm not saying he's a good guy as in protagonist. I'm saying he's a decent person. Or at least most of the time. Like, I feel like there's moments where he's just a total shitbag. But for the push comes to shove, he tries to do the right thing.
For sure. Like, there's definitely... He has, like, an arrogance and an ego, for sure, which I think is why he's kind of like, why bother with this? Because... he kind of wants to show that he's the best, and for him, in this situation, I think being the best would be killing the antagonist. But I think for him, he is generally a good guy. Like, I do think that he intends well. At the very minimum, he intends well.
Yeah. And, like, it might get muddled and lost from time to time, but end of the day, that's what he's going for the right idea.
Right.
And I think that Brok would have really liked that, because I think that's kind of where Brok was at. Brok is willing to do the right thing, but he's willing to do anything to get to those means. Like, the ends justify the means every single time for Brok. Yeah, whatever the means are, the ends are fine. And I feel like they would have matched well, because I don't feel like Brok... No, I don't even have to say I don't think. I know Brok does not respect Rusty. Like, that's just not a thing. He knows Rusty's an idiot. Like, he gets it. So I think there would have been a better relationship, but it would have been a worse show.
For sure.
Yeah. So do we want to move into funniest moments?
Yeah.
All right, so mine is, it's when the pirate is in the arm when they're swinging the sword.
Yep.
It's honestly that, but I did write down a second one because I knew I was going to talk about it a lot. And that has to be when they're finally going to go attack, and the cocoons flying as fast as it can, and it looks like an anime, and the Vontronic is going nuts, and the Monarch screams, "Fire the lightning cannon!" And they fire it, and it hits Ventronic, and Ventronic just kind of shrugs it off, and he just goes, "Aw, the lightning cannon sucks." Such amazing. A great moment for anyone who's ever enjoyed this style of cartoon of like, fire my big weapon! It did nothing. Why do you even have it?
I should have looked that up. Mm-hmm. Should have looked up the reviews.
Makes me wonder who sold it to him. Because there's no way he built it, right?
I just have to assume he stole it from Sergeant Hatred, like he does everything else.
Yes.
Oh, true.
Very true.
Yep.
Good call.
Or his engineering department could have come up with something. Because they're not super great.
I mean, yeah, if this was the first weapon that his henchmen finally built, it would make sense that it sucked.
For sure.
And then later falls into the ocean.
Well, they jettison it. It's okay.
Oh, right. True.
Jettison the lightning cannon. All right, what about you guys?
Mine was also the pirate in the arm. It's just the funniest thing. This show does some physical comedy really, really well. I love Dr. Girlfriend sitting into the chair and then falling backwards.
Yeah.
All right, who broke my girlfriend?
But I think my favorite part is when he gets shot by the henchman, when the pirate gets shot by the henchman in the arm, and he's just like, "Oh, sweet Trank, it's like getting sucked off by an angel."
Oh, that's a good one.
Mine is when Mr. Doe and I forgot the other one now.
Card holder.
Card holder.
Yeah. So when Mr. Doe and Card Holder are introduced, you're like, we're Lepidopterists. Jay was like, you want to see my stamp collection? Not unless we're philatelists, smart guy. You're like, damn, that's good.
Oh, they're funny.
So good.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it for today, right?
Yes.
Everything? Okay.
I think so. Not until some not dead people come back to life
Yeah.
from this episode.
So, next week, the penultimate episode to the end of Season 3. And to my little college mind when I'm sitting in my dorm room, the most mind-blowing episode yet of Venture Brothers. We have Orb next week. I lost my shit when that episode aired. I'm like, oh my god, they're actually answering questions. Only to find out, like, a season later, oh, never mind, none of those answers are right. But at the time, this was amazing.
Yep.
So I'm very excited to talk
yeah.
about next week. And then after that, we mentioned before, we are going to be doing the series finale in one episode. So it'll be a little bit longer because we're talking about a whole hour episode. And I'm thinking about bringing on a fourth person. I reached out to our wonderful note-taker, Brok, and he is unfortunately unavailable. So I have two other people I want to reach out to, and hopefully we'll get a nice, fun guest for you. And if not, then it'll just be the three schlubs you usually listen to.
Ha ha! You're stuck with us, no matter what.
Yeah. Any plugs? Plugs. Listen to After the Hype, Thursdays, 10 a.m. Be sure to check out our articles at athpod.com, including, I believe it's out tomorrow or Friday, or sorry, Wednesday or Friday. Matt Dykes has written the best, and I'm not just saying that because he works for me, but the best article about Babylon 5 I have ever read. I've been able to read it before you because I work behind the scenes, and I've already read it. It's long, but it is so comprehensive and just dense with a whole bunch of shit I didn't know because I didn't like Babylon 5, but now I actually want to watch it. So I cannot recommend it highly enough. And it should be coming out either Wednesday or Friday of this week. If I'm wrong on that, it'll be Wednesday or Friday of next week. But it is definitely within the next week or so. So keep an eye out for it. It is spectacular. And although Matt's written a bunch of great stuff for us, I'd say this is the best he's done so far. So high praise for this one. Be sure to check it out. And that's it for ATH stuff. Nick, Graham, anything to plug?
Nope.
It's kind of you to ask, though.
I'm going to keep asking. One day you might be like, as a matter of fact.
Still no.
Okay, so thank you everyone for listening. Tune in next week for Orb. And bye.
Bye.
Bye.